So we write the following pretty fast. The title should be reapportionment of service cost center overheads. Reapportionment of service cost center overheads. Reapportionment of service cost center overheads. And I would want us to start right away by saying that factory cost centers are classified into full colon, number one, production cost centers. Full colon, number one, production cost centers. Yeah, and then you put a dash there. They are directly involved. In producing. They are directly involved in producing cost units. They are directly involved in producing cost units. Then number two, service cost centers, like this, service cost centers. They support production centers. Into brackets, and sometimes each other. So like, for example, at RCM, ladies and gentlemen, we have very, very many departments. For example, we have a department called the ACCA. We have, in this case here, a department called ATD. A department, in this case here, called CPA. And then, of course, we'll have a kitchen canteen. You see, ladies and gentlemen, these three, they are really involved in terms of developing the accountant. Yeah, the cost unit is the accountant. So in this case here, these departments will be shaped to become the very best accountants that we have outside here. How about canteen? Does it shape you? Remember, this canteen doesn't even serve you directly. It is there for the teachers. So this one will be called a support department. So this will be a production department. This is a support department. So support departments, they simply exist to serve the other departments. And if there are many, like 2 or 3, at times they get to serve each other. All right. And then we continue, ladies and gentlemen. So you're writing there today. We're going to write a lot. Yeah. So tell us that since cost units flow only through production centers. All service center overheads must be transferred. All service center overheads must be transferred to production centers. I repeat that since students, yeah, they only go through these departments here, ladies and gentlemen, the production department, at the end of the day, is that all service center overheads must be transferred to production centers. So at the end of the day, we have been able to do our allocations. We've been able to do apportionment. And we are saying that at the end of the day, these has, for example, a cost of 10 bob. But we are saying canteen department without these departments cannot stand on its own. It's not possible. You know, these three can easily stand on their own because we can decide to be outsourcing tea for our teachers. So these three can very easily stand on their own. They are production centers. But you can't say that now you are doing away with this and then you have only the canteen standing up. So canteen, in this case here is what, ladies and gentlemen? A support department. And it's a department, it shall never be allowed to carry its costs. So at the end of the day, we must get away of reapportioning this, removing this. We shall be able to come and say from canteen. So from canteen, we simply remove this 10 there to have it standing at 0. And then this 10, perhaps depending on the criteria, this department could take 5. This one here could take 3. This one here could take what here, somebody? 2, like that. So you reapportion this. Give me another title there, ladies and gentlemen. Give me another title there. Give me another title there. A title there. Case number 1, right? Case number 1, no inter-service work. Case number 1, no inter-service work. No inter-service work. No inter-service work. So give me first dash that if only one service department exists, if only one service department exists, comma, or if multiple service departments exist. So I repeat, if only one service department exists, comma, or if multiple service departments exist, do not serve each other, but do not serve each other. Do not serve each other. Reapportionment is straightforward. Reapportionment is straightforward. Reapportionment is straightforward. Is straightforward. Dash, another dash. Use a suitable basis. Use a suitable basis. E.g. canteen, e.g. canteen costs, e.g. canteen costs. I mean, e.g. canteen cost by number of employees in each department. E.g. canteen cost by number of employees in each department. Number of employees in each department. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here we are being told something very easy. That, for example, we only have one support department. What we are calling one service department. So this one service department, what we simply need to do, ladies and gentlemen, is to know this canteen is there to serve employees. Employees from the various departments are there, ladies and gentlemen. In this case here, to do what here? They are there. In this case here, I mean, when they are serving these students here, yeah, for example, ACC has 5 teachers, not 5. Let me use another criteria. Maybe number of employees, maybe ACC has 10, maybe ATD has 2, CPA, for example, has 8 employees, who at the end of the day must be taking tea from this canteen and snacks. So then what will happen when, in this case here, this canteen is just in isolation, alone like that? You will basically use this criteria. So number of employees, first of all, give us the total. How many employees do you have in 10 plus 2 plus 8? This gives me what figure? Oh, I'm alone. 20. So then in terms of proportion, this will be 10 over 20. This will be 2 over 20. This will be 8 over what here, somebody? Now this 10 is what now we shall be able to remove from here, a portion using this. And I'll be able to demonstrate that. So give me another title there. And today my online students are very, very few, 38, 39. No. It's because you guys haven't told your colleagues. Case number 2, which is quite difficult, which you shall be looking at today, is 2 with inter-service work. With inter-service work, into bracket, reciprocal services. Please listen, my good students. For example, as RCM, we could be having another department here called cleaning. Service department. Yeah. You see, canteen, yeah. Employees working here in the cleaning department may also want a cup of tea, isn't it? Yeah. And the cleaning department will be coming to the canteen here to clean. So you can see these service departments are interconnected. They are serving each other. Whenever they serve each other like that, we call that service services in between. What we are calling inter-services. Each is reciprocating the kindness of the other. Yeah, and that is what we're going to be looking at today. That's what we shall be looking at today. Ladies and gentlemen, please listen and listen to me very well. We have case number 2 that I'm going through right now. So after writing the title, tell us there that when service centers also serve each other. When service centers also serve each other, overheads must be reapportioned. Overheads must be reapportioned. Overheads must be reapportioned using a method that accounts for reciprocity. When service centers also serve each other, overheads must be. Thank you so much. You are the best. Thank you. When service centers also serve each other, overheads must be reapportioned using a method that accounts for reciprocity. Would you want me to write that on the board? Reciprocity. Yeah, I'm also finding it quite tough to pronounce it. Yeah, so it's just from reciprocal, reciprocity, like this. All right, reciprocity. Yeah, great. So we are overcoming, great. Now, ladies and gentlemen, having written that, you'll be able to allow me to go on. The methods to use. Methods to use. Methods to use. Number 1 is what we call step down. Methods to use. Number 1 is what we call step down. Number 1 is what we call step down. So step down is what you'll get your examiner at times using the word sequential. Step down. Method is also known as the sequential method. Is also known as the sequential method. Is also known as the sequential method. -1, after written there, number 1, -1. So you mentioned there -1. Reallocate one service center at a time. Reallocate one service center at a time. Reallocate one service center at a time. Second dash. Once closed, it does not receive further charges. -2. Still under the first method there. Under the first method, we are saying number 1, reallocate one service center at a time. Number 2, once closed, it does not receive further charges. Another dash, simple, but ignores full reciprocity. Simple, but ignores full reciprocity. Ignores full reciprocity. Then we go to number 2, method number 2. Method number 2. Method number 2 is what we call repeated distribution. Is what we call repeated distribution method. Repeated distribution method. Repeated distribution method. Yeah, you'll get the examiner at times calling it iterative method. Iterative method. A method with many iterations. Iterative method. Iterative method. Iterative method. Yeah, so give us -1 there. And number 2, give us -1 down here. It continuously redistributes. It continuously redistributes service center. It continuously redistributes service center costs. It continuously redistributes service center costs to each other. To each other and the production. To each other and the production until balances become negligible. Until balances become negligible. It captures reciprocity very well. It captures reciprocity very well, very well. And then now we have number three. We have number three, algebraic, algebraic. So number three is what we call algebraic, 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 or simultaneous, simultaneous equations method. Algebraic or simultaneous equations method. So if you go to your exam, you realize your exam uses the two words interchangeably. At times they'll tell you using simultaneous method. The number two, in this case here, for example, using, in this case here, algebraic. So give us a dash there. It uses equations. It uses equations to solve. It uses equations to solve for final service center costs in one step. It uses equations to solve for final service center costs in one step. In one step. Another dash. It provides exact results. It provides exact results, especially when there are two service centers. It provides exact results, especially when there are two service centers, even when there are three. Yeah. So as a quick reminder of what we did in our last class, which some of you never attended, is there anybody who attended my Sunday, online class? 1, 2. How about the tall man? You promised to attend online. You never saw the link. How come? It was not put in the group? Or you were busy? We shall overcome. Or in church in the evening? You must be really then working towards becoming a pastor, isn't it? Or a pastor's wife, right? We shall overcome. So quick basis for apportionment. These are really important for all those students who missed my class. Yeah, so we start with the stores department. The stores department, overhead cost. The stores, so number one, so quick basis, you can call it basis or basis. Quick basis for apportionment. Quick basis for apportionment. Yeah, so we start with stores. So when you get stores overhead cost, how will you be able to redistribute that? It's very easy. You can use number or value of issues. So we have here number or value of issues, like that. The online students, are they able to write notes very well? The online students, are they able to write notes very well? You guys are great. At least you guys, many of you attended the session. But now I'm asking you, are you able to write these notes very well? Because I want you to have notes which are flowing nicely. Thank you so much. All right. And of course, there are topics that I can't just give you a handout. Any topic that I'm assured it will be in your exam, I have to dictate all the notes here. Yeah, the ones that I give you handouts, I'm not so sure of them. But like this one will have to be there. So I have to dictate every single note here, because if I give you handouts at times, you may go and shelf them, isn't it? Yeah, and then you get yourself in a no position of, failing is not a nice thing. It's bad to fail. It's very bad to fail. Yeah, maintenance department. So number two, maintenance department. So maintenance department, what are these guys maintaining? They're maintaining machines, machines. And for that regard, for that matter, maintenance department overhead cost, we shall be using machine hours. How long have we taken on your machines? And then we use that as the criteria. Then we have canteen or HR costs. Canteen, all these are support departments, These are support departments. So we have here canteen or HR. So these ones, you use number of employees. These ones you use Number of who? Number of employees. Number of employees. Then we have power. Power. So power, we shall either use kilowatts, or machine ratings. Or machine ratings. Yeah, if you have ever seen these big machines, they normally have some ratings, power ratings. Now, these are heavy duty machine. It will, for example, be using this horsepower. So the bigger the machine, of course, in this case here, the more the power they'll be using. Yeah. So then I think where we have reached, we should be able, ladies and gentlemen, in this case here, to straight away look at an example. Let's write this example down. So example, overhead allocation and reapportionment. Overhead allocation and reapportionment. This will be there in your exam. This will be there in your exam. So as you look at my board, ensure that you are opening your eyes double. So we have here overhead, example, overhead, allocation, and what here, somebody? And reapportionment. And reapportionment. Yeah. So we have in this case here departments, of which we have production department X, production department X, production department Y, production department Y, and then we have service centers or stores, right here, stores, and we are being told that this is a service. This is a service center. A service center. Yeah. And then we have maintenance. Maintenance, which is equally a service center. A service center. So I would want the online students to copy this table the way I'm copying it here, because this is how it will come in your exam. So you have your departments there. Copy this table the way I'm copying it. Abracadabra. Oh, yay. Life is good. Life is very good. Life is very good. Life is very good. Life is very good. Once you finish copying it down, please put your thumbs up like this so that I can explain to you why life is very good. Have you guys finished copying down the table? No, I'll give you time. I'll give you 2 more minutes. So in this question, how many service centers do we have? Yeah, it can't be one. Somebody shouting one, honestly. We have 2. We have 2 service centers. We have 2 service centers. We have 2 service centers. And then production centers are 2 as well, isn't it? Production centers are 2 as well. So then we have our allocated overheads. We have our allocated overheads. Thank you so much. We have here our allocated overheads. Allocated overheads. So the allocated overheads, what have they allocated to these great departments? Well, they've allocated for these great departments, ladies and gentlemen. Production department X has been given 70,000. Production department Y has been given 30,000. 30,000. We have stores has been given 20,000. Stores has been given 20,000. And then we have maintenance, which has been given 15,000. 15,000. Yeah, great. So from there, ladies and gentlemen, estimated work done by service centers. So we are writing down here, estimated work done. Estimated work done by service departments. Estimated work done by service departments. Yeah. So we have here from, these are supposed to be in a table. Yeah. So we have here from, yeah, stroke 2. Yeah. Actually, what I should have done, this doesn't look nice. This does not look nice at all. This is bad. I should have done like this from and then 2 here. Yeah. So from, then we have stores. And then we have in this case here maintenance, stores and maintenance. And then here we have department X, department Y. And then we have stores and maintenance. 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 All right. So they've given us here stores to production X, 50%. Work that we did in X, 50%. 50% of all our worker stores went to X. And then we have, ladies and gentlemen, here, 30% went to Y. We shall always make that great assumption that it's not possible for a department to serve itself. You can't get stores serving itself as stores. So here, stores, put here a dash. Of course, practically, you'll get the canteen staff drinking something in the canteen. That's practical, isn't it? But now for us here, we shall be assuming if you're a canteen staff, once you arrive, a sellotape on your mouth. So canteen department, you can never have canteen employees drinking from that canteen. It's an assumption for simplicity purposes. And then stores, ladies and gentlemen, you can see stores is giving maintenance 20%, meaning that we've been able to account for stores 100%. Then maintenance, 5% here. We have here 40%, 40%, 40%. And then lastly, we have 15%, 15%. What do you think, my good students, shall we write here? What do you think shall we write here? Maintenance, maintenance. Maintenance, maintenance, it can never serve itself. Dash, dash. Even if you're not told, dash. Even if they give you a figure, you shall assume it's 0. Maintenance, maintenance, dash. Stores, stores as well. I don't know whether you guys are able to get some concept there. Yeah, yeah. Stores, stores as well. 0 or dash. Great. So then what do they want us to do now? What these examiners want us to do, ladies and gentlemen, required, reapportion service department costs, reapportion service department costs to production departments, X and Y, to production departments, X and Y, using number 1, algebraic method. Using number 1, algebraic method. Using number 1, algebraic method. And then number 2, repeated distribution. Number 2, repeated distribution. I love algebraic method. I will be able to get it with my eyes closed. Algebraic method. Ladies and gentlemen, look at what I will do. Solution. Under the algebraic method, what are we going to do here? Under algebraic method, you're going to write here total overhead of a service department. Total overhead of a service department will always be equal to allocated overhead. Allocated overhead. Allocated overhead plus percentage plus percentage of overhead from other service departments. what we call inter-services. Inter-services plus percentage of overhead from other service departments, what we are calling inter-services. So anytime they want us to give them the total overhead of any service department, of which there are only two here, we shall take the allocated overhead of 20,000 plus, remember itself, it's being served by other service departments. So we shall take, in this case here, total overhead of service department equals allocated overhead plus percentage of overhead from other service water departments. Once you guys are able to write up to here, despite my handwriting being very, very bad, can you kindly mention why for yes? The online guys, I know you must be struggling a little bit. Irene, Wambua, great. They're saying yes, 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 yes. Now, once you have done that, then, ladies and gentlemen, I would want us to straight away. We don't know how much is the total overhead cost for stores, because 20,000 is just what has been allocated, right? So I will let total overheads of stores to be equal to what? Yeah, somebody. To be equal to X. No, that will not be very good, because already we have X and Y. That wouldn't be really good. Let's use W, right? Let's use W. Let's use W and Z, or whichever letters which are not there. All right. So let the total overheads of stores be W. And then you let total overheads of maintenance to be equal to who? But you see why already we have also another one. The examiner wants to cheat you. We have a Y in the name of a production department, so it can't be Y. Give me another beautiful letter, Z. They don't have to follow each other, isn't it? Yeah, Z. And what have you told me, Mwalimu? Mwalimu has just told you that the total overhead of a service department will always be equal to allocated plus a percentage of overheads from where? From other, isn't it? So we'll start with stores. Let's create an equation for stores. So I'm following this. What is the total overhead of our service department? What is the total overhead of our stores department? Is it 20,000? What is the total overhead of our stores department? Total overhead of stores department is the W. Stores department is W, which will be equal to the allocated. How much are we allocated to stores there, somebody? 20,000. The allocated is 20 because we wrote here allocated. So allocated is 20,000. Now let me ask you a question before I repeat. Is this stores department getting some percentage from any other department? Yeah, I can see down here. You can see from maintenance to what here, somebody? To stores. From maintenance to stores. So stores is getting what percentage here, somebody? It's getting 15%, isn't it? Yeah. So it will be 15% of the total overhead of maintenance. Remember, stores, you called it W. Maintenance total, you called it what here, somebody? Z. So you can see stores is getting 15%, yeah, from maintenance. So it will be 15% of the total maintenance cost, which is what here, somebody? No. You know, 15,000, thanks for trying, but 15,000 is just what has been allocated. But the total, what is the total overhead for maintenance? Z. So you simply want an equation. Now, let me try and see whether there is anybody who will be able to form an equation for us for maintenance. Just try, but if you don't get it right, so what? Just try writing any equation there. You can even write a cut. Just try. Just try. So long as you remember these, major total overhead of a service department will be equal to allocated plus percentage of overheads from the other, you will never go wrong. From the other, just try. Just try. Can we see what students have written? Let's see. So in this case here, I start with the total overhead of maintenance. How much? Z. Total has never been 15. 15 will be allocated. Yeah. Then we come to the allocated under maintenance. How much? 15,000. Plus, are we receiving any percentage from any other? Remember, we are maintenance, so we're going to receive something from stores. And the stores, you're right. From stores, we are receiving what percentage there? 20%. So 20% of what here, somebody? Of W, yes. Of W, yes. I know you have not understood anything, but just allow me to explain something here. I know understanding today, 0. I'm even surprised how comes you guys are able to answer, but I mean, you are brilliant. Once I explain one more time, you guys will be okay. So then allow me to write this way. So W will be 20,000 plus what here, somebody 0.1? 5Z, isn't it? Yeah, that's our W. That's our W. And then Z, you've told me that Z equals what here, somebody? 15,000 plus 0.2 what here? But do we know the value of W in equivalent? Yeah, we know that W is what here, somebody? Is 20,000 plus. Is there somebody who thinks in this case that they can make Z the start of the formula? You open brackets there. Let's open brackets. So if you try opening brackets, it will be Z equals 15,000 plus blah, blah. Blah, blah means multiply, isn't it? So 0.2 times 20,000, that gives me what here, somebody? 0.2 times 20,000, that gives me 4,000, isn't it? 4,000. Yeah. Plus, how about 0.2 times 0.15? 0.03. 0.03, Z like that. So from there, what do? We shall take this to the other side. Here it's positive, on the other side it will be negative, right? So it will be Z minus 0.03. Z equals 19,000, isn't it? So then Z minus 0.03, Z gives me what here? 0.97. Thank you very much. So 0.97 Z equals 19,000, implying that Z will be 19,000 divided by 0.97, my good students. 19,000 divided by 0.97, this will end up giving me what figure? 19? 587.68. 363. Thank you so much. So then what will be the value? What will be the value of W? What will be the value of W? Somebody help me out. You're mathematicians. Fortunately, we have the W equation, isn't it? Fortunately, we have the W equation. This is just but our first question. You may float a little bit, but trust you me, you love it. You love it. Because it's going to be in your exams. You don't have even a choice. Yeah, we can get W by substituting, isn't it? Yeah. Therefore, always in mathematics, you want to scare the examiner to think that you're very bright using therefore. Therefore. So therefore, W will be 20,000 plus 0.15 Z. And our Z is 19,587.63. So is there somebody who can give me this W answer? 22? 938.14. 14, right? the online, they also get 1415. 1414. The online ninjas have also said 1414. Thank you so much. Now, once you do that, you'll be able to write now a reapportionment of overhead schedule. So you write there big title, reapportionment of overhead schedule. Reapportionment of overhead schedule. Reapportionment. Reapportionment of overheads schedule. Yeah. And then you copy like myself here, like a ninja. You write here allocated. You can see I've finished. Yeah. You can see I've finished writing everything. Magic. So you write these ones here, 70,000, 30,000, 20,000, 50,000. And of course, again, it's this department. Eh? Yeah. Magic. Magic. And then you come and tell us here now we are apportioning. You say from stores. From stores. From stores. Fortunately, we have our percentages. Once you finish copying these, including this from stores, please say Y for yes. Say Y for yes. Say Y for yes. Y for yes. And if there is any student, of course, who has gotten this link and they have joined us here today for our live class, RCM is the best college in East Africa, #1 actually. Yeah, if you haven't made a choice to join us, you don't know what you're missing. And if you want to join us, this is our number. This is our number. 0793 555 000. G Wambua says done. Have you finished? Done. Today, for some reason, my girls, my daughters are writing pole pole san now. Ama witnalobakam. Ama mmetuka. Mwenye vitu unaweza kuja kwa AMU management account unashtuka sana. Hakuna kitu ngumu hapa. Done, done, done. Thank you so much. Done. Aya, sasa, let's apportion in this case here our overheads from the stores, from the stores, from the stores, from the stores. Let's apportion overheads from the stores. Remember, we have our stores percentages. Is there somebody who is able to remind us our stores percentages? Ya kwanza ilikuwa what percentage? 50, eh? 50% from stores, eh? Aha, comma. 30, aha. Dash, aha. 20%. And how much do we have as the total overhead under stores? Under stores, how much do we have as the total overhead? 20,000. No. Total overhead can never be 20,000. Total overhead was 22,900. What here, somebody? Do you remember? You know, there is a difference between total overheads and allocated. This 20 is just allocate. Total, we have been able to calculate it. It is 22,900. What here? 38.14. That is the total that we would want to apportion to all the other departments now using these percentages. Production X will take 50% of this 22. So give me 50%. 50% is the same as 0.5. 50% is the same as 0.5. Yeah, sister unajua sasa hizi kuambia ng'o tena, hiyo imeisha. Isn't it? So remember, whatever you are removing shall be in brackets always, eh? Yeah, you remove it from there, you put it in other departments. So munasema ati itakuwa 11. Aki niko peke yangu, wanafunzi online leo mnipatie support. At least Mercy amerespond. 11,469. 69.07. And then 30% goes to production. 30% of this figure. 30% of that figure. 30% of that figure. My online ninjas, we have Maswachi 68, 81, 68, 81.44. Eh? Of course, the next one is dash, isn't it? So 20% will be for the last department. 20% will be for the last department. 20% will be for the last department. 20% of these that we are appropriating. 20% of this 22, 930 something. So you're giving me a figure of 45, 87, 45, 87.63. Have we finished in this case here reapportioning? We had two service departments. We've been able to reapportion from. Now we are reapportion from maintenance. So you come and tell us from maintenance. You tell us there from maintenance. From maintenance. So maintenance, is there somebody who is able to see the percentages? The first one was 45. I'm alone. The first one was 45%. There is somebody who has said no. Galaxy has said no. So there must be a wrong answer. There must be a wrong answer. Online students, they have said no. 20% of this figure. Please just check. 20% is the same as 0.2. So 0.2 times that figure, what shall we get? It's correct, eh? You Galaxy man. Yeah, oh, we have not finished. This ninja has now caught me. We haven't finished reapportioning. So then we have from maintenance. So, and it was 45%, 40%, 15%, and 0, isn't it? You see, dash is the same as 0, right? Yeah. And how much are we reapportioning from maintenance? Is there somebody who knows the total overhead of maintenance? The one who used algebraic equation to calculate Z. 19,580.63. Wow. You want to tell me that this is the sum of the two? Great. If you add this and this, I mean, they haven't seen some, but let's just continue. Let's just continue. So remember, we are apportioning this using our percentages. So 0.45 of that answer. 0.45 of that answer. And today I should give somebody a present. Today I should give somebody a present. Today I shall give somebody a present. And I have a ninja here who is saying that Arsenal is not the best team globally. I have a ninja here today who is saying that Arsenal is not the best. Is not the best. 88, 81, 88, 14, 88, 14.42, 43, 43. Let me write it well. Or let me write this well. 88, 14.43. Great. And then what about 40% of that 19? 7835.05. Then we got the last one, which is 15% of that 19,587.63. Yeah, the online ninjas who are consistently giving me answers, I'll give them a present. 20, 29, 38.14. That is it. You have finished. Come and give me the total overheads now for each department. Give me the total overheads for each department. So give me the total overheads here for each department. So in this case here for X, we had they allocated first, plus now what has been reapportioned to them. So it will be 70,000 plus 114.69.07 plus 88.14.43. Aha. Thanks, Tina. Thank you. You gave me 2938.14. That was so kind of you. Now we are getting the total overheads for each department. The first one, why? Is wrong. Oh, you have the answer. It's supposed to be 40, 44, Soma na nguvu bila kuogopa mtu yote. Soma na nguvu bila kuogopa mtu yote. Mswachi says 90. The second one is 44. 716.5. How about the first one? How about the first one? 89. Oh, 14. It's not 89. It's 92. 23.5. Thank you so much. Now from there we go to the store. If you get anything else other than a 0, you are wrong. This should be 0, and this one here should be what here, somebody? 0. Because that is the essence of service departments. These are support departments. They shall never carry any costs. These are like the under 18s, what about toddler? Yeah, unabeba mzigo yote. They shall never carry any cost. Yani ukifika kwa exam, atisema umefanya competition zako mazee vizuri, alafu hapo upate kama 10,000, take a red pen and put a wrong. Put a wrong. They should be exactly what here, somebody? Zeros. Make the work of the examiner easy by putting wrongs. They're 0, 0. 0, 0. So I would want to repeat this concept of algebraic, yeah, because I know you have understood 0. But before I repeat it, would you allow me to look at part 2 of this question, the repeated method? I finish that and then I get a question now from your past papers. Yeah, so allow me to go ahead and solve the same. Now, this time around, you're using what you repeat? Repeated. So repeated is easy. Easy peasy. This is for high school students. So even for college students like yourselves. So in this case here, right there, reapportionment of overhead schedule, and we're using a repeated distribution method. We are using repeated distribution method. Copy the whole table the way I've done it, the ninja way. The ninja way. Thank you so much, George. Is there any standard format for this? No. You chew this as you wish. There's no standard format. Finished? Oh, tall man, you like that music? It is not good. It's not good. During our time, we used to have very good songs. I'll be able to tell you some of them. You love them. Because like now that one, I can't even hear what they are saying. Or I'm another one. I shall overcome. I shall overcome. So have you finished writing up to this table? Finished, right? Thank you. Thank you. So then, do you still remember our percentages here from stores? What were the percentages? Let me write here. From stores. So stores was 50%, 30, dash, which is 0, and 20, yeah? How about maintenance? 45, 40, 15, dash 0. Thank you. So then we start the repeated distribution. So remember these distributions, we are not redistributing figures from the production departments. We are distributing figures from what here? From the service department, only because our work is to ensure that these service departments ni watu wadogo sana. Wasibebe mzigo yote na wazazi wao kwa hapa jameni. So unaanza hapa na from stores kwanza. So from stores. All right. So from stores, what is the total cost in stores? Do you remember that figure of W? Wrong. Because now this is a different method. That one we forget about it totally, isn't it? Yeah, that was a different approach. So in this case here now, how much are we removing from stores? It is 20,000, isn't it? It's 20,000. Don't bring that thing of algebraic. You know, there are two great methods. We have algebraic, to assume you have never seen before, isn't it? Now here, how much are we removing from stores? 20,000. Are you able to give me these answers? So 50% of 20,000. So we have 10,000 here. Then we have 30% of 20,000. Five. 6,000. Thank you so much. Then, ladies and gentlemen, we have how much here, somebody? 20% of 40,000. So that gives me, the online guys today are not giving me the moral support that I need. I don't know why today, my online ninjas, and they always do that very well. They always do that very well. 4,000, right? So you only give us the totals for the service departments only. Totals for the service departments. You only give us the totals for the service departments. All right. That's if you wish. Alternatively, listen. Alternatively, you could just come here. Yeah. And then you say from where? From maintenance, isn't it? We say from maintenance directly. So maintenance, how much are you able to see the maintenance in total? 19. It has received something from this other department. 4. Now we have 19, and we want to kill it to 0. So come and write 19,000. You put in brackets like that. Which percentages are we using? Do you know the percentage from maintenance? William alone, 45, 40, and 15. Can you destroy that very fast? And remember, this is supposed to be a straight line, right? Only that my handwriting is very poor, but don't draw the line, So 19,000 times 0.45. Let me check what my online guys are saying. Perhaps they're moving pretty fast. They're giving me 8550. This is 8550. Yeah. And then we have here 40% of 19,000. 7,600. 7,600. And then we have 15% of 19,000. 2850. 2850. Positive, isn't it? Which are? So do we stop there? We can't stop when we are still seeing some amount has gone to stores. See, fine. Maintenance now has got how much in it? 0. But you see now stores has gotten something new. You distribute again. It's called repeated distribute. You keep on repeating like that until you start realizing the service overheads have started becoming 0 point, until those figures become negligible, until they become negligible. So then I'll come and say from where, somebody? From stores, isn't it? How much are you seeing now we have in our stores department? 2850. That is what we shall be able to remove, ladies and gentlemen, using these percentages of stores. Guys, all must watch here. Very, very nice. He has been able to give me the first one. The first one. 14 something, isn't it? Man, you man. 1425, right? Amanda, great. 1425. Is that okay? Thank you so much. And then now we have, remember from stores, the next percentage is 30%. 30% of 2850? 85. Masiatora, 855. And then we have here 20% of 2850. 570, isn't it? Where do I bring that? Here. So do you want to tell me that maintenance 570 has become negligible? No, until it is 0 point, isn't it? So we have to redistribute again the 570. So you'll be able to come here and tell us from where? From maintenance. How much are we moving from maintenance now? 570. 570 is what you're removing from maintenance. Thank you so much, Azusli. Azusli. Great. So remember now it is from maintenance and you have the percentages from maintenance, isn't it? So 45% or 570 gives me how much? 250? 256.5. You guys are brilliant. Thank you. Yeah. 0.4 times that, 228. So we have here 228. And then we have 15% of 570, 85.5. Great. So have we finished? 85.5 is still, I mean, big figure, right? It's still material. We shall continue distributing until we start getting 0 0.0. So again, we say what? Yes, from stores. From stores. From stores. How much are we removing from stores? It's only this lady who is talking to me. 85.5, isn't it? This amount here. Yeah, 85.5. And from stores, you have the percentages, isn't it? Yeah, 0.5 over 85.5. Give me a figure I write down. 42 point? Thank you so much. 42.75. All right. Then we have 30% of 85.5. 5.65. And then lastly, we have 20% of 85.5. 17 point. Can we lift up a hand and say now we have finished? No, 17.1 is still big. It is not 0 point. Not yet. So we remove that from maintenance. Yeah. So 17.1. From maintenance percentages are here. From maintenance percentages, they are here. The first one is 7.7. Thank you so much. And then we have 40%. 6.84. 6.84. And then we have, ladies and gentlemen, 15%. 5, 7. Have we finished? Not yet. We shall redistribute until we get 0 point something. So the journey continues. And we shall do it. We shall do it. So I say from where? I say from stores. So from stores, what do we have here from stores? 2.57 or even 6. You're still right. Yeah. So from stores, are you able to see our percentages? 50%. 1.29. Yeah. 1.25 still right. That's all right. Everything will be just fine, 0.77. And then now lastly, 2.57 times 0.2. 0.51. And we stop there now immediately. The moment you have that thing reading 0 point, you stop there. And then now you give me the totals for production X. You add up everything. You add up everything. So these online ninjas, are they able to enjoy the Chief Ninjas classes really? These online ninjas, are they able to enjoy my classes? They are seeing a man in black just shouting. I hope they're able to get something right. Usual, as usual, great. Chief Ninja, yes. So I'm being given figures, ladies and gentlemen, for production department X. How much are we getting? 90? 90, 283, isn't it? Or 282 point two, right? 280.24. Okay. How about production department Y? 44? 44, 716.26. How about service center? Service center is zero, eh? Zero. How about maintenance department? Zero. Zero. If you write 0.51, not a problem, but I will deny you 1 mark because you have not understood here that essentially, at the end of the day, these things should never carry what here any cost. Ni mtoto mdogo shall never carry any cost. Yeah. So if hata kama 0.51 or andika namna gani somebody? Zero, like that. If you do it that way, you shall be able to see places that you have never seen before, like advanced level. Nobody has ever seen advanced level. So we shall take a break, and I'm sorry we never took a Muslim prayers break today. Please forgive, and you should always be reminding Mwalimu when it reaches 6:50 something. Yes, we shall do. We are doing after break. We're going to do this. Yeah, yeah. Where can I access these videos? I'm in evening class. I just joined the class. Yeah. Have you gotten access to what we call learning management system? If you have gotten access to the learning management system, you'll be able to see a folder there. Yeah, your teacher in this case here has a section. And then of course you'll see Chief Ninja's videos. They also have a section there. So you go through all the videos and then you take the ones that you like, you finish. So you're taking a break. We are taking a break of 6 minutes. We shall come back at 7:22. Great. Yeah, that break ni hiyo break ni ya kunywa maji tu, hapana na kula ugali. Utarudi kama uelewi kitu yoyote. Asante. So then let's get out our past papers. Now we have past papers. We go straight away to August. August 2023, question number 2, boy. August 2023, question number 2, boy. August 2023, question number 2, boy. Are we there? On Sundays, it normally comes at what time? What is the time for our Sunday class? 12, eh? Yeah, that's why you said church, yeah. Now I agree. But you see, even in churches, they have early morning sessions, right? You go, yeah. Like if you go to Catholic, there is a 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. mass. You finish. Which church do you go to? Is it PCA? They must be having an early morning, like the one which ends at most at 11. Ask, you tell me. It is there. It is there. So August 2023, question number 2, boy. If you have this revision kit, it's on page number 43. Page number 43, Tazam Limited is developing a cost accounting system. Initially, it has been decided to create 4 centers. Accommodation deals with guests. Kitchen prepares their meals, while tours and entertainment are internal service recreation centers. The following overhead details have been estimated for the month of August 2023. So we have the type of overhead, etc. The following information is also available. Yeah, additional information in August 2023. It is estimated that there will be 20 guest nights in accommodation and the 480 meals will be served in the kitchen. Secondary allocation of overheads is as follows. We have cost centers, accommodation, kitchen, tours, entertainment in form of percentages. So they want us, first of all, to do a primary allocation of overheads to each center. Required to prepare an overhead analysis statement showing primary allocation. Yeah, this is applicable to ATD3 students, 100%. Whatever I'm teaching here is for CPA and ATD. Actually, the ATD students, when they attend my CPA classes, they get awards. You'll get awards, serious awards. All right, so we have there overhead analysis schedule. Overhead analysis schedule. But of course, we shall introduce one class for just doing ATD past papers. Yeah, we shall introduce one class very soon where we simply tackle ATD past papers. So overhead analysis schedule. The primary apportionment. This primary apportionment. So then what we shall do here, we shall have overhead items. We can introduce a column where we capture the basis and then total. And then we have our major all departments. We have a department called accommodation. Accommodation. Then we have kitchen. We have tours. And then we have the one you love most, the entertainment. This is really nice. Really nice. Great. The basis one should be quite big. The basis one, let that be the broadest. Let the basis one be the broadest. So let me know, ladies and gentlemen, once you are able to finish putting up this table. Let me know once you are able to finish putting up the table. You simply say, why for yes? Thank you so much. Have you guys finished? No. You don't have to use a ruler. This is not architectural drawings you are doing. You simply draw like they have drawn and mine are okay. Or you must be neat. Oh, okay. Okay. But at least you are finished, right? Okay. So we start with the first item, which is rent and what here, somebody? Taxes. So you see rent and taxes figure, they have given me a figure of 75,000. But now remember, this is an overhead, which at the end of the day must be apportioned to the individual, which at the end of the day must be apportioned to the individual departments. The question will be, which is the very best criteria? Look at the second table given there, and then you book for me, you tell me, which is the best criteria that we should use? Remember, ladies and gentlemen, for rent, really, rent, you see rent, the bigger the department, like now this floor area, the more the rent we should give it. Yeah. If you've got 5 departments, one is tiny, another one is, the bigger the department is in terms of floor area, then that will be it. So rent and taxes, we shall use floor area. Floor area. And by the way, which taxes are these? These are the property rates, the ones we pay to municipal council. The bigger the land you have, the more the rates you pay. So even this, whenever you see taxes, use floor area or even a cubic area. Cubic area. I like what a student is telling me, Mwalimu, here we know, unlike you guys who are engineers, we are accountants. And of course, we must behave like one. So a ruler is essential. Great. Great. So we are using floor area. And the floor area, are you able, ladies and gentlemen, to see the, the ratios? The ratios that I can see there, so many students in this sitting, they got it wrong. Inafaa kuanzia 30, sio total, wewe. 30, 25, 20. Nyinyi ni kama mungeanguka hapo. Hapo mungepita mtihani hapo, si ni kweli? So inakuwa over what, if you add this, inakuwa over 100, eh? Leo kuna kelele sana leo. Leo ni siku gani kwani? Ama ndio ladies night? We shall overcome. We shall overcome. So then you take this 75,000 times 30 over 100, we take this to accommodation. There are even times when these ratios, we interchange them. Imagine we can give you those ratios, but we ensure that the first ratio here is for tours. And by doing that, as examiners, we are able to put off students from these bars. Yeah. We throw them outside the bars. If we interchange. So the first ratio, for example, if I was able to put it for tours, I'm so sure over 50% of the students would not pass that question. But this was direct. So then 30 over 100 times 25,000 gives me 22,500. Okay, how about 25% of this? Please ask questions, and I can assure you, if you don't like talking, this is not a subject for people who are very silent. The number of years I've done this, if you like talking, you will pass. 20 over 100, we are apportioning the 75,000. 15,000. 15,000. How about 25? Yeah. 18,750. Then we take the next overhead item, which is called general lighting. You see, general lighting, just like this room, the bigger the room, the more the lights we need, eh? Yeah, so in most cases, we use floor area. But this examiner, this sitting was very, very bright. He gave us, are you able to see lighting points? Yeah. Bright examiner, isn't it? Lighting points. So in this case here, we have here lighting points, like the bulbs. The more you have, the more you pay. Lighting points. So lighting points, are you able to see the ratios there? Lighting points, I can see 20, 15, 10. 15, isn't it? And all of them are adding to what here, somebody? So then this will be over 60, over 60, over 60, over 60. And this general lighting figure is 30,000. The general lighting figure is 30,000. Is that okay? General lighting figure is 30,000. So please give me the figures I write. Mine should be to copy. I simply want to copy. I simply want to copy. So it is this figure we are apportioning. 30,000 times 20 over 60. The first one is 10,000. 30,000 times 15 over 60. 7,500, isn't it? All right. And then we have 10 over 60 times 30,000. 5,000. Then we have 15 over 60 times 30,000. 70. 75. 7,500. Thank you so much. We take the next one. The next one is known as indirect wages. So indirect wages, I can see a figure of, is it 150,000? I'm alone. Are you able to see 150,000 for indirect wages? Yeah. So then what is that common criteria that we should use to apportion this? Yes, because indirect wages basically are paid to the supervisors, the supervising employee. In most cases, indirect wages, we use number of employees, and they are not here. So the very best will be the salaries that people you're supervising are earning. So you're right. So use direct wages. So these direct wages, what do we have there? Somebody 150 to 100 to 152 to 100. So you divide by 500. I'm alone, but I will overcome. Yeah. So please apportion. So 150 over 500 times this gives me what figure? For 500, 1,000. The next one, 30,000. 45,000. 30,000. All right. Now from there, ladies and gentlemen, we shall be able to come here and apportion the next one, which they are calling petrol and engine oil. So petrol and engine oil, what do you think shall we use? Number of petrol fillings. How many times they filled this? Number of petrol fillings. Thank you so much. Number of petrol fillings. And are you able to see those fillings there? So number of petrol fillings, we have one on the 40, 50, 60. 0. And I can see the total is 150, right? So are you able to give me this total figure? The total figure is 88,500. 88,500. So please apportion it. Apportion it. You want to bury your calculator? It's misbehaving, right? Yeah, it would rather let you down now instead of exam time, isn't it? So please, 20, 23,600, 23,600. And then we have 50 over 100 times 88,500, 29,500. And then the last one, ladies and gentlemen, here we have 60 over 150 times 88,500, 35,400. Is that okay? So of course, the next one is 0. Now, ladies and gentlemen, once you've done that, you go to the next one, which happens to be the last one, depreciation over 2 buses. So depreciation, what do you think will be the very best criteria? Most of the times we normally use net book value, Depreciation, we normally use net book value. Is it here? Now I can only use value of tour buses, isn't it? Value of tour buses. So the value of the tour buses that we have there, 350, 650. 150, 100. All right. 1250. And the depreciation itself is 500,000. So is there somebody who can move with speed? I can hear the noise outside there is really killing Mwalimu. So Galaxy tells me that the first one will be 350 over 1250 times 500,000, and they're giving me 140,000. The next one will be 650 over 1250 times 500,000. Masia Tor gives me 260,000. 260,000. And then you take the next one, 150 over 1250 times this figure, 650,000. 660. The last one, 40,000. 40,000. Hooray! So come here and give us the total. Give us the totals now. For each department. So total overhead after our apportionments. So you don't have to give me this total, eh? I don't want this. This column will be a waste of time to add. We only use it for checking, eh? Our accuracy, but useless. So start from accommodation. Accommodation according to Mercy at Or, 241, 100. That's according to Mercy at Or. Correct. Thank you so much. Kitchen from Galaxy 345. So that calculator, after beating it aggressively, it seems to be giving you the correct answers, eh? Seems to be very good. 750. 345, 750, eh? Yeah. And then now we take on the next one. Tours, 160, 400. Tours, 160, 400. Thank you so much. And then we have entertainment. Entertainment, 96 to 50. The online ninjas, nobody has been able to get. Yeah. Thank you so much. They have confirmed. So now we have answered the examiner for number 1, where they wanted us to prepare an overhead analysis statement showing primary allocations to each center. And then number 2, they want us to do a secondary allocation of the internal service recreation center costs to production department using simultaneous method. How many marks? How many are they giving us? 4. Those are very many, isn't it? Simultaneous. Inaweza okoa, inaweza kupeleka advanced next semester. Mimi nakwambia next semester advanced. Amen. Amen. So, but now, how many of us will be able to make those 2 simultaneous equations? First of all, are you able to see the service departments here? Ligana service department? Ni tours and entertainment, yes. And we're not guessing, the examiner told us up there. The examiner told us up there. He told us in some place, Second paragraph. Accommodation is dealing with guests. Kitchen prepares meals, while tours and entertainment are internal service recreation centers. So this is a service center, and this is a service center. So then if it's, this is really easy. I will get this with my eyes closed. I will not even, think. I'm closing my mind towards thinking because of how easy this thing is. The most important thing is for you to remember that let total costs, total overhead costs for tours be X in this case, right? And then we have the other one was what here, somebody? Entertainment, isn't it? Entertainment, now be what here, somebody? Yeah, now be Y. And then you remember the cost equation for a service center. Cost equation for us, we normally say total overhead cost of a service center, not any center, equals to what here, somebody? Allocated plus, but percentage of overheads from other. Yes, percentage of overheads from other service departments. Then we shall now work with the tours first. Let me give you 1 minute. You write down the equation for tours. Abracadabra, abracadabra, abracadabra. Let's see abracadabra, whether they'll be able to get it right. So for the tours department, I'm waiting to see we'll be able to get it right. I give them a present. I want to give people presents. I want to give people presents tonight. Somebody must get a present as they go home. They will be very happy, and I normally give very good presents because I'm a management accountant. Please talk to your friend. Always ensure that you're talking to your friend. If you want to pass this paper round 1, madam, you shall need a neighbor. If you want to pass this paper round 1, you shall need a neighbor. And a neighbor who talks to you for that matter. So let's see. So tours, do we know the total overhead cost of a tours department? Total overhead cost of tours department is what here? Is X. How much has been allocated to it? 160? The total here, isn't it? 160,400 plus the percentage of overhead from the other service. The other service department, remember, is entertainment, isn't it? So how much is it getting? How much is tours getting from entertainment? 0.2. Because you see that table, you can see this side is from entertainment to tours. 20%. The one you're reading is from tours to entertainment. And I want, in this case here, the percentage that tours is getting from entertainment. It is 20%, isn't it? Yeah, 20%. So 0.2 of what? 0.2 of Y. Yeah, 0.2 of the total cost of entertainment, which is Y. Thank you. Go to the next one. The next one, ladies and gentlemen, is called maintenance. So now we have here maintenance. Let me give you 1 minute. You try giving me the equation. Let me give you 1 minute. You try giving me the equation. Please ensure you have, especially the students that I'm seated with here, and ensure you have a neighbor that you can even at times talk with, and yeah, because this is something I've taught for so many years, even at home. And ensure you're talking to yourself. This paper likes students who keep on talking. Even gossiping mwalimu is part of the thing. Entertainment. How did I write maintenance even my, look at me now. Thank you. Entertainment. Sorry for that. So is there somebody who has an equation? The online guys, yes, they have an equation. They are telling me that the total overhead cost of entertainment is Y, isn't it? Equals the total allocated, which is how much? 250 plus 0.1 what here? X, yeah. I'll not even have to think because I need an equation which has got Y and X. So after that, is there somebody who can go ahead and give me a solution? Anybody who could easily go ahead and give us a solution? So in that case, then we can see from here, second equation, we are saying that Y equals 96,250 plus 0.1 X. And X, are you able to see the X figures? Oh, I'm alone, but I will overcome. The X is 16,400 plus 0.2 Y. So this will be Y equals 96,250 plus, this will be 1640. This and this will be 1640. 6,400. Where did I get this? 160 or 160,400? So then this should be, sorry for that. This should have been 160,400. So then this will be 160,40. Is that okay? Or wrong? 160,40, right? Plus what here, somebody? Plus 0.02. Why? So take this to the other side. So it will be Y minus 0.02 Y equals, is there somebody who can add up this for me? This plus this? Anybody who could add this up for me? Remember this one here is positive. On the other side, it becomes negative. So this gives me 290. Thank you. And then, of course, this will be 0.98Y equals 112, 290. Is it 0.02 or 0.2? Remember, thanks for asking, Irene. This was 0.2, eh? But you see, we have this 1.1 outside. We have 0.1 outside, so 0.1 times this will be 0.02. Not unless I'm wrong. Now, thank you for asking. So meaning that Y will be equal to who? 290 divided by 0.98. Which will end up giving us what figure? One 114,581. 114,581.63. Having gotten that, really, getting X is not a big deal. Getting X won't be a big deal. Because I know that X is 160,400 plus 0.2Y, isn't it? So then X will be 160,400 plus 0.2 times Y, and our Y is 114,581.63, which will end up giving us what figure, ladies and gentlemen? How did I come up with the equation? I know what I'll do, Tony, don't worry. I know what I'll do, Tony, don't worry. Yeah, so then our X will be 183, 316.33. Yeah, and then now we have the concept of what here? Reapportionment now from the service centers, right? Yeah, reapportionment from the service centers. You can see, yeah, secondary allocation of internal service recreation centers cost to production departments using simultaneous equation. So we have here a reapportionment of overheads from service centers. Yeah, we are finishing this in 2 minutes. So, Tony, unfortunately, because I have another class starting right now, I would really, with a lot of humility, request you to reapportionment, to watch the video. This video, should you have a question, then we shall be able to revisit it. So reapportionment from service centers. So we have here our overheads, allocated overheads. So we have here accommodation, we have a kitchen, we have tours, we have entertainment. Yeah, let's hurry up because I have another class. So what overheads do we have here? Do you remember the overheads that we had down here, the totals? The total overhead that we had down here, somebody please read for me. 241, 100. 750, 160, 400. Entertainment, 96 to 50, isn't it? So we come and they say from where? From tours. The first service department is tours. And the tours, we are removing the total overhead in the tours, which was our X, if you remember. What was the X figure that we got? I'm alone again, I'll overcome. 183, 316.33. So do we have our percentages here from tours? Are you able to see the percentage from tours? It's 60, 30, 0, 10. So 60%, 30%, 0, and then 10%. So remember, this is supposed to be something you deduct. So you say 0.6 times that number. $109, $99.80. Thank you so much. And then we have 30% of this figure. 30% of this figure. Actually, I'm here only with this tall man. How much are we getting? 54? 994.9. Then lastly, we have the last department, which will be 10% of this figure. 10% of our 183, I mean. 18, 330, 1.63. All right. So is that everything? No. We'll come and say from the other department, isn't it? So we have here from the other department. From which department here, somebody? From entertainment. How much do we get as Y? Entertainment was our Y. 114, 581, 114, 581.63. So I'm supposed to subtract this. And do we know the percentages from entertainment? We have 60, 30, 60, 30, 50, 30, 20. And then Z, 0. So please do the thing and give me the answers. So 50% of that 114, 581. What figure are we getting, ninjas? 57.82. How about 30% of that figure there? 34, 374.49. How about 20%? 22, 916.33. So now come and add everything. And most importantly, as you do additions, tours will have 0. Entertainment, because they are service centers, they will have 0. They will have 0. So please give me the total for accommodation and total for kitchen. Total for accommodation and a total for kitchen. So there is a ninja giving me accommodation 351, eh? No, it can't be 351, right? 40. Yeah, please check again. It's supposed to be 408, 380.62. Check, 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 check. Thanks, Galaxy has been able to confirm. How about the total for kitchen? Kitchen, if you add everything for kitchen. So for the kitchen, how much do we have there? Yeah, 435, 119, isn't it? 435, 119.39. Thank you so much. Now, with your permission, of course, the others are 00. If you confirm the others are 00. Now, you can see the last part. They want us to calculate the appropriate overhead absorption rates for accommodation and the kitchen. So then how do we get OAR? So to get overhead absorption rate, we normally take the budgeted production overhead divided by budgeted output. Divide this by budgeted output. Anytime they want us to get overhead absorption rate, we normally take budgeted production overhead over budgeted output. So we start with the first one, which is what here? Accommodation. So accommodation, the budgeted production overhead is this final figure you got here for accommodation. This final figure. So which is 408, 380.62, isn't it? How much are they budgeting to produce? Is there somebody who can be able to see the budgeted output from accommodation? Oh, yes. If you look at additional information, in August 2023, it is estimated that there will be 20 guest nights in accommodation. That's what we expect to produce, to sell. So in this case here for accommodation, you divide this by 20. So you'll be able to get the overhead for each night, for each guest night. But I'll be able to repeat this when I come next. So please go ahead and look at the OAR for the next class, for the next department. So I'll talk of OAR for the next department is known as kitchen. I've rubbed mind. Are you able to see the budgeted production overhead for kitchen? 435, 119.39. So we divide this by the number of plates. And you can see from note 1, from the kitchen, we intend to serve how many meals? 480. You divide this by 480, like that. So then I would want you guys to do Mwalimu a favor tonight. I know you are tired, but tonight, ensure that you repeat all the questions that I've done with you live. Yeah, this is an area, whether you like it or not, it shall be examined. Otherwise, thank you very much. Have a blessed night. See you tomorrow, same time. Bye. The online ninjas. Bye-bye.